Hello, all, and thank you for joining me here today. We have a special interview for you all. I'm going to be joined by the writer, director, star, and I'm sure she'll tell you many other hats for the upcoming film Christmas Slasher. Please welcome Destiny Soria.
Hi. Hello. Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah, thank you for joining me here. So before we get started, just a little brief info about you, what got you into filmmaking, what got you into, joining the industry and performing as many roles as you do.
Well, let's see. I actually started classes 2009, but I was really interested in 2008 when I was watching. I love books, so I like to read a whole bunch of books, and my favorite one during that time was Twilight, the saga. And so I found out like maybe a couple years before they even popped it out like, hey, new teaser for Twilight. I was really stoked that they're gonna make the movie. So I was like, oh, this is gonna be really cool. I really love the books. Let's see how it goes. So 2008, when they released it in the theaters, I was just sitting there loving everything about it. And there was this, actor that I guess I seen him a couple times. I guess he was on like Harry Potter. And I was like, I really like his appearance, like how he's acting on set, and how he's on this big screen in theater. And I was like, oh, I want to be an actor too. I want to be just like him. So I started researching, where I used to live in Minnesota. So I started researching like classes just to get started on how to learn how to act, and like how to be in front of the camera and memorizing lines. So I went to a couple classes, and yeah, I just fell in love with it. Like I remembered that back then I had a hard time memorizing because I have learning disability. And so it was a little bit harder memorizing. And also I was like really bad at talking to people because of my speech disorder. So it really like I really loved how acting changed my life and my ability to talk a little bit better, and to remember things. And then like some words were really hard, but it helped me go, it helped me, do a little bit better of my speech. And so afterwards, I just started doing a lot of like free stuff, like student films, getting myself out there on set, learning how sets work, and just getting a resume built and a reel built. And after that, I was like, all right, well, I have a reel, I have a resume, I'm ready to go. So I moved to LA to do a lot of work there, and it's been great. Like the first, like before I even went, I prepared myself to get jobs, so I have jobs lined up. It was great. Like I went there, got some jobs. My first cool role was with Bobby Lee for Mad TV, and it was called Bro What Happened. And it was like the best date ever. I was like, I'm so in love with LA. I'm so in love with like getting work here and there. But then it started draining me, and I was like, okay, it's going way too fast for me. And I wanted to like, I don't know, I wanted to do my own thing. So I moved to Texas, start writing, scripts. And I was like, all right, I want to try to do my own short film. So I did some silly short films with friends. And it got to the point where I was like, all right, I want to be real serious and have my own production company and start writing scripts and just directing. And so, yeah, let's see, 2019 is when I did, no, 2016, I had the idea of Christmas Slasher, but it was like a silly little skit with my brother. Then I started getting serious with it. I started writing the short script. And in 2019, I was like, okay, let's make something. Let's make something. So I officially like made a little short film. We put in the funding, and then COVID hit, and everybody's like, why don't you do like a feature film with Christmas Slasher? I'm like, okay. I mean, I got plenty of time. I mean, we're quarantined and stuck in the house. So I made a feature film script, and yeah, I'm here now.
All right. So you mentioned the film Christmas Slasher. So what exactly is it about? What can you tell us about it?
So Christmas Slasher, oh my God, this was funny because 2013, no, 2016 is when I told my not my grandpa, my uncle in LA about it. Like I told him a story and he's like, you know, you should do it. You should make it. So it's about it's I love 80s films. I love Evil Dead and Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So I wanted to make an 80s style film where it was like super cheesy, super funny, and the gory scenes are not realistic. Like they're so fake, but it looks funny at the same time. And I was like, all right, I love Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the clay animation. So I was like, why don't they like have a movie with Rudolph being evil, zombied out monster? They always have Santa Claus, they always have like the elves or Mrs. Claus or Krampus. And I'm like, I want to do something with Rudolph. So yeah, I made this funny feature film, mockery of the 80s about Rudolph just turning evil and just going on a rampage and killing people off of revenge over other like the other reindeers. So I was like, this is cool. And I'm like, we gotta put clay animation in it too. So I was like, this
Yeah.
is so ridiculous, but I love it.
Mm. So by veering into that format, did you find it difficult to get the film in the early stages, to like get it together to write it, or?
Um, it didn't really take me long to like write it, especially with the feature film. I already had like ideas on like it. I don't know. It's just like right here, and I just write, and it just keeps going. It didn't take long. I probably did it like in a 2 day period of the feature film, but I was like, I just kept going, just making just writing a story down, and I shared it to people because I used to live in LA 3 years, so I know a lot of people. So I just shared it to them, and they're like, "Oh my God, make it happen!" And I'm like, "Okay, well, I need funding." And people. I went to everybody. They went to everybody. They came to me, and we just teamed up and made it possible to make a. It was great. I got help with the Indiegogo, got some ideas, fixed it all up. Um, and yeah, we did pretty good on the short film. It was okay. Like I made what I want to help out with getting locations, food, and paying for the cast. But the feature film did really great, so I was really happy about that. And since some of the scenes for a short film are going to be used for the feature film, that was also good too, to get some, like get all the footage I need.
So once it got past that stage, how did you settle on the cast and crew? Because you have a mixture of indie talent, and then you have some big names as well.
Yep, I did my own casting. I auditioned people. I went to a couple of like the studios, like different studios who would help me. You know, what was it? It's Alamo. It's called Alamo Studios, and they had a good rate. So I booked a spot to audition the cast, and I had a lot of other people push out the casting calls to a lot of different casting groups and Facebook. I think there was one on the website. I think, yeah, Actors Access, and then there was another one. I forgot which one it was, but yeah, we just pushed the casting calls through all the websites. Had a date. It was me and I totally forgot who else helped me, but I think it was just all me. I think I did everything. My brother was the one that would sign people in and all that stuff, but I would like do video and oh no, there was one person. Okay, I remember. It was one person who's like, taking notes and stuff like that, and I was just videotaping them and then, directing them what I wanted. And yeah, that was cool. I did that, and then through all the other websites, they will send me their reels in, and I'll check on those too when I send them the script. So yeah, it was
Yeah.
really interesting.
So at what point did you realize that you would have to perform like 4 or 5 or even more roles, since you're the writer, the director, one of the stars, you're casting this, you're I think there's like 5 or 6 other roles that you perform.
Yeah, yeah, I acted it, directed, wrote, casted, did locations, but I also had like people on the side to help. So if like they're not with me in the state, like I have people in California helping me, I had people in Minnesota helping me, so it was like did a good job. Yeah, there was some things that happened, and it's like it's some like behind the scenes stuff was a disaster, but I'm working on that this year, so that is good.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was a lot of hard work, training, but I had people helping, and I was really blessed to have them. They were amazing. I mean, some of them, it was their first time doing all this, like being on set, assisting me, getting locations. Like it was amazing. And they're going to be with me forever for other future films because they did a good job. And I was so blessed to have them on board to help me because you know what? I wouldn't know what to do. Half the time I didn't know what to do.
So that was a big help with performing all the roles at once, making sure that you were coordinated on one specific area, or just like, okay, you guys do this, I'll handle this.
Yep, I was focusing on the acting of me and directing, but everybody else took the parts that I was like, okay, I can't do all this. So everybody had a part. Script writers, assistant producers, assistant directors. I had people helping fund it, and also giving the people that need to come in money and make sure that they are okay. And hotels were like taken care of, food was taken care of. Like I had everybody that was in different um departments doing what they had to do, so I was like really happy to get that going.
Mm. So with you said you mentioned that there was this 80s influence. Like, how did you impart that to the rest of the crew, the rest of the cast, that was how you wanted the film to be played?
Like, what do you mean? Sorry.
So like, as a director, like directing them to act more in like this 80s
Oh,
fashion.
I gave them homeworks. I gave them homework. I told I need 80 style clothes. So the people who you know had to do homework, I told them watch Evil Dead, watch Killer Counts from Outer Space. Those are top, and watch a couple of the other 80 style, like what was the other one I really like? Is it Chopping Mall? No. Basket Case. That the basket case was a good example for like the body parts I wanted, and how gross and fakey the scenes had to be. The death scenes, like they had to be ridiculous. I know a scene where the monster was like he wasn't choking the guy, but he was right here, and it looked like when he was choking, but I'm like, he's not even choking him, but it looks good and it's funny. So I had each person do homework, like the makeup artist, how I wanted things, look at this movie, guys, the way I want you to act, follow through with the Evil Dead scenes. Like it was always the Evil Dead films that I wanted everybody to look at, because that was what I was going for Christmas last year. So yeah, I was like, everybody's homework time. It's homework. You guys have homework.
So because you're filming this out of season, you're trying to make like a holiday film, but you're obviously not filming it during the December months. Like, how did you get the set looking like the holiday season, and how did like everybody react to being under those conditions?
Oh, so we did different states. For the winter time we did do Duluth, Minnesota during winter, and then for the scenes that are like 10 years later is in Texas. So that was like the fall kind of scenes. So it pretty much worked out. I mean, I had to spread all the days out, but it worked fine. Like it was really good, except for like when Felissa came in. We didn't know there was going to be a blizzard, so we were like in the car for 7 hours getting back to the hotel, which was only 5 minute drive. So that was a very crazy, and I was so embarrassed because I was like, I am so sorry. I did not know we were going to have a blizzard, and it was like the biggest blizzard of the century. And I'm like, why this time when I have an amazing, talented woman, Felissa, coming in, you want to get us stuck in the house with, like that's not even, it's just a location, but we made it through with her. I even told her, like, she was done early. I was like, hey, you can leave because I guess it's about to be a blizzard, but she wanted to stick around. She wanted to be a team player. And I so honored that I mean, wow, I was like, cool, that was cool. But yeah, I had to split them apart because I didn't want, winter time. I didn't want snow. I didn't want this and that. And then we had to wait a couple months. Down here, it don't snow that much, or it's rare in Texas. So it was pretty perfect. Like we had everything ready to go.
Do you split the filming sessions, and do you remember like any major like funny occurrences or incidences that had happened because of that?
Um, just that bad blizzard we had with her. Um, I did have a guy. I even told him like, be careful. I don't need you to go and run around and do stunts and stuff like that. And so when I went to go pick up my other actor, Nicholas, at the airport, I told him I gave it off to the DP to make sure that we get the scenes that I need for this one. Come back, and I guess one of my friends, he was also acting it, fell down in a weird way. Like he was like running down the hill and he hurt his ankle, and he has now he has a bad ankle. And I was like, oh my god, this is my fault. And he's like, no, 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 I'm fine. I didn't listen to you. I know you said to be careful. I'm like, I did. You didn't have to run anywhere. So that was like one of the, like, I had a, him goofing around and then him falling down the hill and twisting, what is it called, frostbite on my foot. And it felt so weird because I was like, it felt so numb, but it went away. But it was like it took 6 months to heal or get rid of it. But yeah, that was weird. I should not have done that.
Mm.
But yeah, I the Luth area, we always have weird stories going on. If somebody's getting hurt or there's a blizzard, or we had cops come to us because I have my security guards have guns, so they're permit to have it. They're like, security guards. So I had them, and cops were like, what's going on? It's like, well, we're making a movie, but we're protecting our cast. And they were cool about it because obviously it was, they had proof. They had, can uh license to carry.
Mm.
Down here, I didn't really have I didn't really have like issues, except for some people who I'm always having somebody do something stupid on my set. But it's it was like, for the short film, I had two guys doing the camera work, and they decided they wanted to drink on set, and I was upset. I was so mad. I was like, because I come in at 3 p.m., I see them drinking, and I'm like, why are you drinking? Call time is 3. It's like, it's not 3 yet. I'm like, it really doesn't matter because we're filming. You don't drink, period. So they ruined my footage. They treated my cast like crap because they were drunk and doing, just bad. Just, oh. So I had to get rid of the footage because the footage was so ruined. Like, they stamped the stamp card, and there was no way to, even though it was so good, but it was no way to save it. So I had to redo it again. Mm. I had to do it again, and yeah, just that, and then just other, just unprofessional people, really. Just I went through a lot. Ugh. It's
Mm.
like, oh my god, you're making an awesome movie, but we're gonna just trash it. Or like, if they did something bad and I find out and I fired them, then they get mad and they say stuff. So it's like, all right, well, you know what? I'm gonna have to do this. Do cases. Gotta file cases on them. So yeah, it was a lot of different section. I should write a book about behind the scenes of Christmas Slasher, like a big book of stuff.
Okay, so well, on to more positive notes. Once it's finished, I mean, obviously you've had a lot of troubles, just trying to get it out and get it finished.
Yeah.
What's been going on with that? Is it nearly ready, or?
Okay, so we did have a new release, like a newest teaser for Christmas Slasher. It is freaking amazing. I am so happy with it. Everybody loves it. It just came out on St. Patty's Day. It's been on a couple articles. I'm still pushing it more to go into more articles so people can see more of it. Um, we have a meeting Sunday, so I have fingers crossed that it's gonna be, because I wanted to do another Indiegogo just to finish funds, because I still have to pay the editor, the composers, scoring, the clay animation, the color grading and all that stuff. So I still have those. But the editor in LA, he's still editing it, like it's still in post production. So he's still editing it. It's done. It's just we got to edit it, and then we have the clay animation that will take a little bit long because I did add more scenes to clay animation. I'm like, we need more scenes of clay animation, so it'll be a while. It's really not gonna get released this year. It's probably is gonna be a problem next year. We already have 7 distributions that are very interested. One of them, she really loves the teasers. Like she's like, when is this done? Because we got to go with this. Like we want this. This is a good. This is funny. I'm like, okay, but you haven't even seen the whole thing yet. I don't know if you like it. I mean, there's crazy stuff in there. Like I don't know. It's really funny. I mean, it's super funny, and there's scenes that. Yeah, why did you do that to that person? I'm like, I don't know, because I'm crazy. But yeah, it's we don't have a release date for that. I mean, we're gonna have a whole bunch of meetings for the distribution. So I'm really stoked. Like Great Danes have been happening. Like last year was horrible, but this year's been really great. Like I was so happy to finally get all that negative stuff done. Like I'm not done yet, but it's finally getting worked on. It's finally getting, out of the way. But I'm just really happy that the teaser looks really good. And that was my cat, sorry. And and we he's just working on it. We're working on it. We're working on the editing, and after he's done, then we got the clay animation, and after that we have color grading, special effects, and all that stuff. And then after that will be like the music, soundtracks, scoring, composing it, and then meetings, showing it to the people. And if we get a deal, bam, I'm praying that it like to some, stars line up for me that will be on Netflix. But right now, we got the teaser out. I'm happy about that. It's getting pushed to articles. We might have we of course we're going to have red carpet events, but we want to maybe do it if we have a rough cut, just to show the cast and the crew and the people who funded the movie, just to give them something to see. But yeah, I'm super stoked. And I know like Evil Dead took three years. Hopefully it won't take 3 years again, like another 3 years. Filming it 3 years, and then another 3 years just to finish the whole, package.
Mhm.
Hope not.
Okay, so in terms of your technical skills, or like as a writer, director, performer, set personality, what have you taken away from this experience the most that you'll apply to future productions?
um, it was, excuse me. It was a learning experience. Like it was go as you go learning experience, because I've never went to school for filmmaking, but to take for other production, I'm gonna have other people work on it. Like I'll hire a casting director so they can get legit, talents on this. I'll get a director just to direct it, and me, I'm just gonna sit in front of the camera, and everybody else is already doing something else. I want to get like very professional people next time.
All right, so I guess this will be the last question for now. We'll let you go after this, but what else are you working on that you'd like to promote or shout out, or just show a little bit of love to that you're working on?
Yeah, oh, I have a lot. I actually am working on 2 short films. One of them I have had like it was done 4 years ago, but I never got a chance to work on it. There were some issues, but I finally got it, so I'm going to be working on that. And then I just did another short film, which I edit, so I'm editing my own stuff. I'm writing another feature film called Blood from Snow. It's a horror sci-fi. um, I'm working on the script on that, and hopefully be filming that end of next year in the wintertime up in Minnesota. But that'll be like in Red Wing. There's a little small town perfect for this story, and I'm like so down. Like they're like film here. I'm like all right. So I'm happy about that. And then next in May, I got booked as a lead for another a female filmmaker's movie. It's a horror comedy. And so what I'm doing for her, because she's been also had troubles with people not helping and just walking, it's just not doing what they're supposed to do. So I told her like, hey, let's do Indiegogo. It's just fund the movie so we can actually get it going and have legit people on set to help us make this movie. So it's pretty funny. It's like a hide and seek with a ghost, and half of us are potheads, and we're like maids trying to clean this building, and all of a sudden something keeps like playing around with us. So I told her like, dude, we gotta make it happen. This is a funny story. So this week I'll be working on promoting it and pushing it out and working on poster and a teaser for her, because I do love to film. I'm trying to, like, I have a black magic camera, so I'm trying to learn how to film it. And it's and we don't have a title yet because we're working on that this weekend. But yeah, I just gonna edit the whole time and write some scripts and start filming some a feature film next year.
Oh, nice. Well, I guess that'll be it for now. So thank you so
Oh,
much for doing this. This was a lot of
thank
fun.
you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for having me.
No problem. Thank you all for watching, and be sure to watch out for Christmas Last Year whenever it drops. So thank you all for watching, and see you next time.
Bye.